Okay, great recipe for our Nduja. This is such a versatile product. It goes so well with so many things. But one thing I really love it with is shellfish. And so a really easy recipe is mussels. I think some people are a bit scared of mussels and think they're a bit chefy or a bit posh, but they're just the easiest thing to cook on for a midweek dinner. So 100-gram pack of Nduja, kilo of mussels, give or take, and we'll start cooking. So I've got a pan here. I'm going to chuck in a little bit of oil, and we're going to do one shallot. I've got one shallot there. You could use half an onion if you prefer, or no onion at all if you don't want to do it. And then garlic. The garlic's kind of essential, really. So that's sizzling away in a little bit of olive oil. Probably a bit too hot. Just want to soften that up. We don't put any colour on that, so we just want to soften it really nicely. And a little bit of oil or a little bit of butter if you prefer. And it's going to take 1 minute. A bit less because I've cooked it on too high heat, but that's just me. And then our cleaned mussels, all we've done is pull the beards out of those, and if they've got loads of barnacles on, I just use a little teaspoon just to scrape them off. Give them a few rinses just to make sure none of that stuff's still in there, and then the whole lot straight in there. Glass of white wine. Again, you don't have to use that. You can use beer if you want. You can use water. Just a little bit of liquid to make the Nduja, to break down the Nduja in, so it's not just catching on the bottom. And then stick your 100-gram chunk of Nduja straight in there. Get it in the bottom and mash it up a little bit, so that it creates a nice little sauce. Then it's heat up and lid on, and they're going to steam. And if you've got it nice and hot, they'll take barely more than a minute, and you'll start to see, you'll see steam coming up all over the place. You can check under the lid. If you see all the mussels are open, job's a good one. Right, in the meantime, while these are cooking, and they really won't take very long at all, they're virtually there now, I'm just going to chop up a bit of parsley. Don't even need to chop it. Just chuck it in if you want. This really is, you can make this in 5 minutes. It's cleaning the mussels is the longest part, and that takes a couple of minutes. I love this with some chips, some French fries, or some good French bread or something like that. I'm not going to get too worried about the odd stalk. Very rough chop on the parsley. Plenty of it though. There we go. These have been cooking for not more than a minute. And they're all opening up beautifully. So for about another minute, I'll cook it really high heat with the lid off now, just to reduce down the liquid so that they really coat nicely. And then totally optional, but you can stick a little bit of cream in there if you want, or a little bit of butter to finish it off and enrichen it. I'm going to stick a smidgen of cream in there. And then I'm going in with all that parsley. I think it wants to go in whilst it's still cooking, so the parsley marries up with the rest of it and just doesn't sit on top. But nothing could be quicker than this. It's so easy. Apart from chopping a shallot and a bit of garlic, obviously you can use a garlic crusher, and cleaning the mussels, everything else has been done in real time. That's literally a few minutes worth of cooking, and they've all opened up beautifully. Look at that gorgeous red sauce. That's what it's all about. Just have a look at this stuff. That's where all the flavour is. That beautiful mussel and Nduja juice at the bottom. And that's just such an easy and I think really impressive dish to show off to your friends and your family.